I had an agent who probably was 20 beers deep when he did it on the 4th of July, send me a text and say, I'm feeling patriotic today. I'm going to drop you as a client. Let me rephrase that. Here's what he really meant. You vote differently from me in the United States of America, so you don't deserve to have the career that you worked your ass off for 40 years.
Megyn Kelly has James Woods on her show to talk about something that you honestly wouldn't believe. He's friends. If you don't know James Woods, he's a very successful actor who came out as conservative and got ostracized and canceled by Hollywood. And it was this whole big thing because you can't support Trump and yada, 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 yada. Well, he has been, through the ringer, as a lot of people that were celebrities that came out or influencers or just people that came out and supported Trump or came out as conservative just 8 years ago. Well, he's opening up about how he's friends with a lot of people that you would be very surprised about based on what he believes and what we all know they believe. Before we get into that, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to Resist the Mainstream because it ensures YouTube that you're enjoying our videos, and in turn, they will continually show up in your feed and they'll push it out to more people. I'm Titus. Let's get into this video.
Our intelligence sources, and let me speak to that for a second, if I may.
Yeah.
I have several friends because I've had my life threatened more times than I can tell you for my political views. I've had my career destroyed because of it. I had an agent who probably was 20 beers deep when he did it on the 4th of July, send me a text and say, I'm feeling patriotic today. I'm going to drop you as a client. Let me rephrase that. Here's what he really meant. You vote differently from me in the United States of America, so you don't deserve to have the career that you worked your ass off for 40 years, and I'm going to destroy it and blacklist you. And that's what this piece of shit did. Pardon my French. Okay.
No,
now the good news is he lost his biggest client and so on. And then I said, well, I've got to find a way to pull myself up by my bootstraps. And thanks to two wonderful people in my life, David Wargo, my friend from MIT, and my glorious best friend for my entire career in Hollywood, a man I helped get into the business, Chuck Roven. The three of us together, David and I brought Chuck a book called American Prometheus and said, do you think you can call your associate and friend, Chris Nolan, see if you could get him interested in this project that we've been trying to get off the ground for 5 years? And he did, and the rest was history. And I was able, thank God, up by my bootstraps. And, and it was wonderful when Chuck, won the Oscar. And the first thing he did was thank myself and David. First thing out of his mouth.
That was sweet justice even for me, James, even where I was, just to see them have to thank you and see you back with the award winning. I mean, it won every award Oppenheimer did. And they had to thank you. And that was sincere. But like everyone in Hollywood had to bow down and say, this was a great idea.
Yeah. And well, the nice thing about it was, look, if you can put anything in Christopher Nolan's hands and he says yes, the heavens open up. He's a remarkable, great cineast. His wife and producer partner, Emma Thomas, wonderful woman, and Chuck Roven. Do you know that I'm the executive producer of Oppenheimer, I've been handsomely rewarded. I'll have that credit and that experience my whole life. And I did it all on a handshake. Because if you get the right person, and Chuck Roven, David Wargo, we all just shook hands and we made that movie. And we didn't make the movie. We watched the movie. Chuck and, of course, Nolan made the movie. But we were able to put that together because these are decent people. By the way, Chuck is more liberal, in his politics than I am. Never interferes. We can talk about anything. We don't have to hate each other. I'm going to say something on your show.
What a thought. You guys can be friends and have opposing views and not hate each other. That's just something that's not allowed these days. I mean, I think the pendulum's swinging a little bit, but it's crazy how that's even a hot take. Like, we disagree on things, like we don't disagree with people. Like, that's not allowed. It's absolutely insane. Very grateful that he's able to do that in the industry because it seems, based off what's propagated by these celebrities and stuff, that you're not allowed to. They're all one track minded, and it's the hive mind of the left. So I appreciate him for that. And I appreciate his willingness to open up that he's cool with people because that means they're not as crazy as they've been portrayed to be over the last 8 years.
Show that's going to shock you. It's going to drive you. I'm going to lose 1 million followers on Twitter right now. I love Whoopi Goldberg. I hate her politics. I think she's insane with her politics. But I worked with Whoopi on a movie, Ghost of Mississippi. I got an Oscar nomination. It was a great experience. I got to meet Vin and Evers, it was just a remarkable experience. Whoopi and I had the best time together. She was such a sweet person. We became great friends. I like her. And if Whoopi Goldberg and I sat in a room, I'd sit down and go, who wants to start first? Because no matter who starts first, the person who starts is going to say, why are you so nuts? But
he honestly has to be one of the best people, just good-hearted people in the whole world. One of the best people in the world to be able to be friends with Whoopi Goldberg. Because I have friends who are on the left. I'm cool with people that are left-leaning, and I think Whoopi Goldberg is actually hilarious. A lot of her movies, she has very good comedic timing, funny person. Oh my gosh, something just completely shifts whenever I watch the View. I'm like, this person is unbearable. This person doesn't know anything, and she thinks she does, and that's what makes it worse. She thinks she's so intellectual, and she just says the stupidest things. But hey, I'm gonna try and be like James Woods and be like, give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she truly believes the things she's saying, and she's just mistaken. She's just been brainwashed, like all of her viewers, by her. But that is crazy to hear. Better man than me. No, I'd probably be cool with her. I'm usually cool with most people.
Here's the difference between, I think, look, people say you're a conservative firebrand. I was a Democrat for 20 years. I'm not a conservative firebrand. I am a centrist. I believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. I believe in the laws of the land, and you should obey the laws of the land if you're a citizen, and you should honor your oath of office to support and enforce the laws of the land if you are an elected leader. I don't believe that somebody like Gavin Newsom can say, well, the state of California voted for the death penalty, but I'm just not going to enforce it. Well, it's okay, great. Then I'm not going to acknowledge your gun laws. I'm going to run around with a AK-47 shooting up the sidewalks? Of course not. You don't get to disobey the laws selectively, but Democrats do.
That's right.
We don't do that.
Can I ask you about this? Because I love this. I also have so many friends who are Democrats, who are liberals. I don't really have any woke friends, but I do have a lot of dear, lovely Democrat friends. And I read that you're actually friends with Rob Reiner too, he's one of the biggest Trump critics. That's a biggie. You worked very early on together, I understand. You maintained the friendship.
Well, it was the same movie, but let me say something about Rob, okay? Rob Reiner, boy, this quote's going to hit it. Rob Reiner is a patriot.
Yep.
And by that I mean he is passionate about ideas that he believes in. Hey, it's the United States of America. You can believe what you want. And the things that he believes in are to him the way to make America great again. Now, it may not be great in the way that some of the ideas I'd like to see to make America great again. It may not be that. We may not have an equivalency there. But I believe that he truly cares about this country, and it's one of the reasons he's so passionate. I think he's very wrong about a lot of his social progressive ideas. But, he's entitled to that. What's magnificent about this country is that Rob Reiner and I can be friends and completely disagree about just about everything, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm. Rob Reiner, who I think he's talking about, that man is unhinged. Let me just check this for you guys. I need to make sure this is the right guy. Oh yeah, this is who I was thinking about. This is exactly who I was thinking about. I'm gonna show you. This is who I was talking about. This is Rob Reiner, homie. Yeah, woke king. But hey, it's good that you can be cool with these people. That shows a maturity to be able to detach their ideology from the human that they are, because you're allowed to have differing opinions and ideology and still get along and still be respectful. Something that the left will tell you can't do. And honestly, some of the people on the extremists on the right as well. But it's cool to see that he's able to do that. This show just shows all of you out there that we can all get along with people that we disagree with, which is, I don't know, being an adult. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, comment down your thoughts below. I want to know what you guys are thinking about this specific thing, because that's super funny, that James Woods is friends with Rob Reiner. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.